A lot of the woo-woo sounding shit is a detour for many. But this isn't just about symbolism, and nor do I care to try and convince anyone. My work will have you proving it to yourself. It's designed that way. And as long as you can follow the process and be deep in your own energy and honestly, then this is smart magic. And Orion, my soon to arrive vessel disguised as a camping van, will be the proof. Although let me be clear again, I do not seek proof for your ego or mine. We are now living in unity conscious, not coming, not waiting. It is here and we start now. But the proof I talk about is to build things that we know work through scientifically measured methods. That is how we scale. That is how we can build up. And we don't deal with small minds that aren't capable of seeing beyond their own borders. Most humans will stare at the stars and say the sky's the limit. Here we put things into practice and we use the knowledge. Now Orion is designed deep with intuition and magic, but the intention and symbolic living is how I spend every waking moment. It's why I see the world the way I do. All I see is design and code, source code, not binary. Everything is profound if you look at it through the right lens. For example, I don't walk into a gas station. I refuel the vessel with an energetic exchange to keep my signal moving. I don't eat because I'm hungry. I recalibrate the internal flame with coded sustenance. I don't step into a building without clocking the frequency first. I enter as an alchemical witness, not just the customer. Everything I do is done with this level of intention. And it's not just a mindset, it's a technology. Now I told you I'm building a Sprinter van, but Orion is not a van. Orion is a prototype. It is a living vessel, an alchemical chamber on wheels that I will use to travel for grid work and to work with others in person. And of course to connect with the other code walkers and builders. Now, Orion is a blueprint that is for a larger scale system. So when I step inside Orion, I'm not just driving, I'm containing a signal. Every surface, every layer, every crystal material and geometric layout is chosen to create an environment that transmutes lower vibrations in the field through absorption devices such as Obsidian. It holds frequency and chaos, keeping balance of outside energetic influence. And after transmuting the energies, Orion spits back out clean resonance into the field. And this isn't a concept. We're designing Orion with the future tech in mind. And I promise you, I did not sacrifice my whole life and comfort as a human for a pipe dream. I'm sitting on a plethora of new technologies and systems that will change the world. Not hopefully. The right ones will find me and we will build what the world needs. And there's even also a wearable device that measures the frequency of your body and does the coolest shit that you can imagine with the data. But most importantly, we need to get the conscious new tech and the conscious new systems to the masses and in place of some of the current systems like psychiatry. Once the prototyping is complete, we'll run tests, EMF frequency mapping and emotional baseline frequency tracking, energetic field response tracking, so that when people say, how does it work, we'll show the data, because magic plus measurement equals undeniable. This is a mass deployment global shift starting small. This is step one of something much bigger. So I mean, imagine Orion class vessels parked in high trauma zones. Imagine them anchored in centers running 24/7, clearing energetic pollution. Imagine these vessels as part of a planetary transmutation grid. What I'm building isn't a van. It's the first node in the planetary restoration system. This is magic disguised as mechanics. And the minute you'll feel it, you'll know, because this isn't theory. The Seraphina grid is coded for environmental energetic resonance exchange. And what that means is the environment assists with your energetic states. It also reflects back appropriately. Everything I build comes from a place of deep intention. And even with the merch and the journals, they're done with intent. Those aren't just cool designs, those are literally coded portals, not binary code, source coded. Code that only source within you can read. Orion, the vessel, is coded. Every glyph, every bolt, every design feature is this done with intention, because intention is infrastructure. It's not just about what you build, it's about how you code it as you build it. And someone's going to fund Orion. I'm saying it here. I got that deep deep intuition. Someone is watching right now wondering if they should invest. The answer is yes, but only if you are aligned within yourself. We need resources and we need lots of them. We do have many ways to acquire resources and assets, and it's very important that we do so, because what I have done with Archetype 13 is it is not mine. It is much more than a movement, and Orion will be fully funded, but it will also be the prototype for a much larger system. And somebody's going to step up and say, let's get this shit on the road. And when they do, everyone is going along. We'll meet in person, online, share with each other, and finally start living out this unity consciousness instead of being alone behind our screens telling each other that we're fucking lonely. Come on, like, I'm tired of that, aren't you guys? So we are here to design from the soul and still out-engineer the old systems. That's the game. It's not war, it's not violence of any kind. We simply build the systems that replace theirs. Education, for example. No one said we have to have theirs. We all know it's bullshit, so we build our own. This is sovereignty. This is us taking dominion. And we don't have to have kings. We don't need kings, but we absolutely cannot do this without structure, without infrastructure. So it's not woo-woo, it's warfare. Subtle, silent, and systematic. Orion isn't a dream. It's the first mobile node of Archetype 13. And once it's moving, everyone will see how and why, and how much the intention matters and why it works. And then we will all have blueprints to build from those, and we can go on building more structures, ones that are sourced back. So you can learn more about some of the work that I do at archetype13.com. You can support the build. Most importantly, I'd rather you just do the work. But if you are newer on your path and you are looking to get going, I build custom blueprints to help you do just that. I build natal chart blueprints, everything, and it works on a donation-based system. Yes, we are looking for resources, but yes, the reason we need the resources is to get the work out. It's not for me to go live some personal life. I mean, I need Orion, right? I don't need a mansion and a Lamborghini or none of that shit. I need to build that alchemical chamber so that we can understand some of the mechanics and stuff that we've come up with and replicate, because we are going to outbuild the old grid. Stop paying attention to it, stop looking at it, stop talking about it, and the Seraphina grid will take hold and the other will dissipate. That's how it works. Archetype13.com. Step up, step in, or step the fuck out of my way.